Get it.
Embarrassing, indeed.
Indeed. Welcome back, everybody, to OG versus Beast Coast Game 2. And we've got some interesting twists and turns. An early pick Undying becomes a core Undying for OG. And Beast Coast, well, they picked up the Ursa Burr, which I am not convinced they actually answered Undying in this game, Avery.
They have some soft answers to him. I think the lane could be a little difficult. First Blood will help out if they get it.
Who gets the last
cog?
hit? BCM gets it in the end. Nice.
That was a kind of unfortunate cog. I guess you can always throw it into him there, but he's dead no matter what. I really like the Invoker pick. I think their lineup wanted to address a couple things. They wanted some more control for the Darkseer clock, dealing with the shells, so you get a purge through Tornado. Super nice answer to that. You want some more control versus Ursa. Invoker, great at that in the late game with Deafening Blast, Ice Wall, all these things, as Schofield continues his reign of annoyingness.
Yeah,
and then I think that Invoker also helps Morphling fight the Ursa matchup with the extra alacrity, the control and buff ups, the extra right-click damage from the Exort later. I'm really looking for the BZM show. He had a really good early game last time. I just think it was a harder matchup to not get caught when the map collapsed. This time around, I expect great things from what OG told me was the greatest mid in the world.
OG does say a lot of those types of things, yeah.
This was No-Tail himself. High praise. From a man who played with the opposition.
Yeah, I don't believe for a second he said that, but it was a good attempt.
Unconfirmed rumor.
What do you think about this late matchup here? We've got Silencer Ursa versus Undying Rubik. For me, like you talked about BCM, for me, I think a lot of this game comes down to how this lane goes.
It can influence a lot. If DM just gets shut down, I feel like this game is going to be hard for OG because K1 is just going to run away with it. He can just do the early Roshans. The Darkseer is going to be able to buff up this Ursa. You have some minor control between the Invoker, Disruptor, and Rubik, but BKB Ursa just runs through all of it. So the big question here is, can you limit his acceleration off the lane in the early Roshans to get your Morphling into a stage where that Ursa doesn't look too scary? Another factor they have to consider is that Schofield clock went ham last game. He's on it again, and now he has Darkseer to pair him up. This thing could just be too deadly on the map. If you start running around with some shells, catching some heroes, you do have Glimpse, you have Lift, you can deal with the clock in terms of the supports. But when you have the extra Surge, sometimes you can just close those gaps on top of it. So I like both these drafts, honestly. I think they both make a lot of sense. They come together. Chu is having a much better time than last game, where he did pretty much nothing. He's already had a lot more impact. 2 kills off the bat, off the early glimpses. And honestly, I'm just going to vent for a minute, Cap, if you will indulge me.
Go ahead, yeah.
How many games are we going to give First Blood to this Disruptor glimpse before teams just respect it? I don't get why it's still happening.
It does happen a lot.
Like, what?
Like, every single time that it's a Disruptor, you know that team is going to 5-man smoke up and run at you.
And then you just stand somewhere, and then you get run at, you get glimpsed. Oh, guys, I got glimpsed. Like, yeah, no shit. It's happened 30 games in a row. Like, why is this still happening? Stop. Just stop. Get help.
Get help. You need help.
But
that right there is a frustration that only a captain of a Dota team can possibly bring to full fruition, I think.
you know, the irony is I feel like as a player, I had a really high rate of giving away First Bloods. My team would just flame me for it. So I've been there. I would stand on that rune, get glimpsed, and be like, guys, I mean, who thought they'd all be there?
Yep.
But I do think it skews a lot of these Disruptor games. You have to respect this spell early on, and Chu already up to a kill and an assist, making it work. Again, just the damage you can output off this little glimpse in these lanes is really nice.
Oh, Chu, he didn't get to the other side of that kinetic field.
It's going to turn it around.
Schofield actually 1v2 inside of the cogs will die instead. So I was going to say that this lane for Morphling versus Darkseer, it's a bit of a wash. But it's even better than that, apparently. Not only is Morphling just kind of casually free farming, but it's also getting kills.
Now, this lane's nice for Darkseer. Like, kinetic field for Surge, Glimpse if you get gone on, can limit the aggression, while Morphling will always free farm versus Darkseer as long as he's not getting massively dove. Stupendous. Lane's going really well for OG here. All 3 of them looking pretty damn good.
Nope. Caught Chu again, but Underneath the tower, Schofield's going to have to pretty much suicide for it. The Surge is not going to get him out because the kinetic field is locking him in. So,
just not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth.
You're going to give the free regen to Chu, who's going to be able to come back, be strong under the tower. He's going to be able to deliver Morphling items.
I mean, can Schofield even TP? Yeah, Schofield can't even TP out. He's going to have to walk out to win.
Yeah, it's rough. XP for Darkseer, always nice, but that's not the trades they're looking for. Mid is also going very favorable for BZM here. He had First Blood to boost him up, but he is almost 1,000 ahead of Dark Mago on this mid lane.
Yeah.
Just burning regen, going Meteor Hammer as well, Cap. Your favorite item.
Not true, but okay.
But then we have to ask ourselves, why is Meteor Hammer not your favorite item?
Why isn't it your favorite item?
It's not. I hate it.
yeah. Why isn't it your favorite item? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I never win with it, but we'll see if BZM can win with it. He's going to get it really faster. The faster you get it, the better it is.
Yes. You also, though, when you play the Invoker Meteor Hammer, you have to be really good at hitting this timing because it changes as you hit these levels.
I mean, he's a professional. He's getting paid to hit that hammer. He'll hit it.
Okay.
And the thing is, it is a good Storm answer. I think I've seen a lot of Costflex Vokers do this in general, but I think versus Storm, it's pretty nice because you can guarantee the stun out of the Tornado, which guarantees the EMP. And it's just debilitating for the hero.
You know that viral tweet? You know, like, I don't get how NFL kickers can just miss. Shout out to Ninja for that one. Now I feel like you're saying the same thing about this Invoker Meteor Hammer. How many Meteor Hammers is combos is he allowed to miss?
One.
As a professional. One.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
That's when you get the timing. You're like, all right, it's locked in. Mode zone, mode hammer. Never missing it again.
I'm not too surprised this Undying lane is going all right for them. 27 and 12 for the Undying compared to the 31 and 2. I was surprised that Beast Coast drafted a melee hero to go up against that Undying.
Oh, Dark Mago got 6 off that, but
the tornado hit him right before he could get the zip away.
Nice gang from OG. Perfect timing, and now you get to hammer that tower on mid. Massive damage being dealt. While Yuragi can sit top solo, and DM is sitting solo bottom, like you said. This game's just looking like a much better setup for OG. A lot more comfortable with their support duo influencing the game. K1 going to run down DM a little, but that Tombstone is always there lurking. You don't want to get turned around upon. There's a lot of lane pressure coming out for OG. They're threatening all these lanes right now. Schofield going down top. Your mid tower is just getting hammered off cooldown. This tower's almost dead. And you can't really prevent this.
Storm, long zip in.
That's how you can prevent it.
Tornado is going to go off with the EMP, and BCM will be able to disengage. So now Mago's out of mana.
Yeah, is that worth it? Your hammer's back up in 5. Man, Dark Mago's just getting punished to hell in this matchup. Schofield's going to have to refill the bottle to give him the resources.
Hector's dead.
And yeah, this is the product of drawing those supports off the lane.
There it is.
Tombstone up and run it in with the catapult. All 3 lanes continuing to dominate here for OG, and their supports are having a much better influence on the game and a lot more levels compared to last time. Feels like the reverse, right? Level 4s to level 3s right now. This is not where Beast Coast supports want to be.
I think BCM's just trying to make sure he doesn't get denied for the tower kill.
Oh, he got pulled again off the hammer.
Yeah, he
locked
did.
in the cage.
Pulled in. The glimpse is only going to help him out so much here. The tornado goes out, but he's going to die to the cogs burn ultimately, and actually the creeps. And the supports from OG a little bit late this time around. I feel like BZM just really wants to get that tower kill, and then he can go wherever else he wants to go.
Yeah, I actually think they should have just called for it. Because they know it's the last hammer for that tower, basically, and Beast Coast is going to respond. I think that was a play for OG where you just bring the supports and you counter gank it. Could have been nice.
Trying to catch him with the flesh golem. Hector did activate the enrage. Gets away a little bit. Now underneath the tower, he has to turn and fight. There's no other option. Can't run away from that zombie.
Get the storm teleport here. Gonna find a support, but that's probably it. Dark Mago, he's probably okay with that exchange. Schofield's still messing around mid, preventing the hammer. It's probably the best you can do. Stick the clock here and have him interrupt it. If you mana burn him, so what compared to mana burning Storm? In that sense, I kind of like this rotation. Dark Mongo's gonna stay around here.
He's so desperate. The cogs push. Okay, it hits him, but the meteor still went down. So it finally dies. Now BZM, he's free. He can go wherever he wants. He's no longer chained to trying to take down this mid tower.
Can hammer to his heart's delight.
And apparently he's going to stick around and try and finish on Schofield. Really nice sidestep. Dodges the tornado.
The hammer. It is unpreventable. It is inevitable.
It's coming. Cannot stop it.
Carl. That's his name.
Yeah. Well, we spent the last 2 seasons casting Southeast Asia, so when you say Carl like that, I definitely was not thinking about Invoker.
Well, Carl also plays Carl.
Yeah.
If only there were a player named Hammer. MC Hammer with the hammer.
That is a pretty good gamer name. That's a freebie. Any of you guys want that, you could take it. Change your gamer tag to Hammer.
Double tornado, but the silences are just destroying them in the engagement. Dark Mago walks it off.
Schofield's going to die. Or Gloves back. He's going to be able to get Mago as well. He's got 1 zip, and it's not far enough.
He got the zombie, though. He got the zombie.
He got the zombie. Doesn't give you any gold.
Round of applause for the zombie.
The zombie would have died anyway. The zombie dies when you die.
Well, he could have been an alchemist. And then he would have got That's a fun interaction when you get to farm the zombies as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's satisfying. All right, now we're hammering bottom tower. Schofield, once more, he says, yo, BZM, I got your number from last game. I know what you're up to.
Does he? I feel like BZM changed numbers. He was tired of all the scam calls he was getting.
1-800-HAMMER time.
Oh, he tried to catch him inside a cogs of his own. They still have Glimpse. Missed the tornado, though. Schofield, it's going to take a long time for him to burn out. I think they're going to get it, though. Yeah,
oh, he had full stick. Baiting himself. These are like the classic little Schofield plays that are just waste so much time. Like, he's messing with 4 heroes and delaying this tower while nobody else is here. None of Beast Coast are interested in fighting with Schofield. Like, whatever, bro. Go do your thing. We'll see you in like 10 minutes. But that will be a second tier 1 for this Invoker Hammer. That's a good sign. Taiga gonna go down and +2 int for Mr. Stinger. Always nice to steal it from those supports. Limit the mana pool a little bit.
Chu does have Static Storm.
Is this damage?
TP is very slow, but BZM is going to come through the river and catch up.
And they have a glimpse if they can see him. Tornado going to catch and set it all up.
Pull him back into the hammer.
Ooh. I mean, this is a pretty value meteor hammer. It's basically already paid for itself.
Oh, certainly.
Even if he sold it right now, I'd say it's still worth it. And this is the early game that OG Sidelanes can set up for them. They have played it to a T, and they are in a very good position to just run away with this game. Double damage for BZM. Time to invade some jungle areas.
Oh, Schofield.
He does
have BZM's number, it seems, but BZM, can he get out of the cogs and away from all this? It looks like he's good. Hector, he's going to turn around and try and shred DM. Could not get away. So, fight or flight. He chooses fight, dies there. BZM still a little bit low here. But they cannot fight the ball of OG at all. He TP's away. Mago, only a little bit of mana to be able to jump away from Uragi, who's still chasing after him as a Darkseer. Sacred going to work on Tiger right now. DM's going to come back, protect his support. While Mago finally gets caught up by Uragi.
Brutal. Brutal fight for Beast Coast. They get nothing out of that, man.
Now they're up 5K on OG. They struck back with a vengeance here in this game, too. They wanted to make sure they keep a tied score with Beast Coast. This series, it started with them being 6-4. Currently, Beast Coast is 7-4. OG wants to make that 7-5.
And you know that BZM tip on Schofield was for last game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you can hunt me. You can kill me a couple times, but I got your number.
Yeah, and Invoker is not the same kind of helpless target as Tinker.
And he has good matchups this game. He can just remove so much of the damage and utility. Like that fight, you get hookshot shelled, but Shell gets instantly removed from Tornado. And it's just so much of your damage gone. This fight gets kited out. Stolen shells from Taiga doing some work as well. Helping Uragi get some of those kills on the chase.
Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Morphling Rubik They've got a lineup that any spell you cast, OG can turn it back twofold.
Yeah, Taiga's running around with level 4 shell right now, just burning people. He'll get the glimpse. This will secure Darkseer kill, probably. I don't think that TP's in time.
You would be correct about that assessment.
And this Disruptor, proving that he is still a first phase hero, man. He has destroyed this game. Like, compare Disruptor impact this game to the Techies last game, right? I'm not trying to hate on Techies. I'm just saying it's a world of difference. Choose 4-1 and 9 right now. And the thing about Disruptor is once you start to get ahead, the hero just compounds it. Because once you're ahead, it means you can usually run at people. Once you can run at people, Disruptor just thrives. Puts you out of position, deals a decent amount of damage, locks you in place. Can't even build 4 stats versus hero.
It's funny that this game is going so poorly, and yet Hector still managed to get Battle Fury slightly above the average.
It's a classic Hector maneuver. 0-2-0 and still has 112 CS with a 14-minute Battle Fury. Treads. Honestly, it's a pretty good Ursa game right now. There's some hope.
Not too bad.
He just has no space to use it.
Yeah.
That's the issue right now. Beast Coast have been relegated to their triangle, and that is it. As OG continue the pressure, invading jungle, trying to kill this high ground ward. You got to defend this if you're Beast Coast.
Yep, they're going to try. They're going to try and burst down Chu as quick as they can. Chu still silenced up due to the global, while the initiation from the other side caught the Invoker, and they do manage to get that kill. So Chu is still alive, though, and he's going to use the glimpse to bring back Dark Mago.
High ground Tombstone causing them some issues. Choosing to just run away and not engage into it. Probably a smart choice. This Undying Illusion kind of going ham, though.
Get the full disengage, so not bad fight for Beast Ghost. Getting an Invoker kill.
Wait, does that Undying Illusion no longer proc the slow?
I don't know.
Didn't look like it was.
Didn't look like it, yeah.
Interesting.
But you're certain it used to?
I'm 99% sure. Maybe I'm just getting old. It's seeing things in the shadows of my games past. Stolen Surge.
Taiga's having way too much fun with this
on some kids right now.
All right, he's going to get caught by the hook shot.
Yeah,
he will
so what? The heals are there.
Man, Schofield is not having the same kind of fun game he had in game 1, that's for certain. Every single hook shot, most of the hook shots just turn into him dying. That's the usual Clockwork performance, to be honest.
The script has been flipped. I would be mass tipping him right now. I'm surprised. There's not just a Schofield tip every single kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Especially from OG. This is a rough form team. So polite. Iraqi continuing to accelerate off the Manta, off the Falcon Blade. Not an item we actually see too much anymore, but still going to provide decent value here. And the onus is on Beast Coast to make something happen with this Darkseer Greaves. They have level 11 Darkseer, they have Greaves, they can get a big AoE vac into a cog or something. Maybe it's enough to win them the engagement. They're only down 5k. Like you said, they're still finding some farm on the map, but it feels like Dark Mago is just not a factor right now. Too far behind, OG know it, and they're just going to force the bigger prize. Undying Ult, Alacrity on Morphling. Stolen level 4 Ion Shell again being thrown around from Taiga. You're going to need a good steal here.
They have to get this.
Got a
Well, it's going to go out. No follow-up, though. They got Glimpse sent away. Yuragi is very slow doing this one. Jump in with the Clockwork. The Roshan is going to die soon, but they already tornado him up in the air, so they got the Aegis for free. Managed to wait for him out of the pit as well, as they're chasing after Dark Mago, but he already TP'd out.
Tornado to secure it, and of course, K1 will find Ancient somewhere. You cannot prevent him finding that farm. How is he almost top net worth? Like, is this a
crazy?
Some magic trick?
Kind of is, yeah.
There's no way he should be highest net worth in this game. Oh, that is just Hector things.
Economist, man. He just knows where to find gold.
I like that we can only see his eyes.
That's a classic Dota player. You know, Dota players and webcams, they'll figure it out someday.
It's so menacing, you know? He could be saying anything down there. We don't know. Could be flaming his team.
You think that's why they do it? They want to keep the, you know...
Yeah, he doesn't want his lips read.
That's like baseball coaches hiding their signals.
But I can tell you what K1's saying right now.
Yeah, what's he saying?
Hey, Schofield, please stop dying. Please stop dying. I can carry this game.
I don't think he's saying please.
Schofield, stop dying. I'll carry this game. That's what he actually says, by the way. If you ever play a pub with him.
I have played with Victor a few times, yeah.
He just tells his team to stop dying.
Stop feeding, I will carry. Yeah. And I say, okay, I'll try my best, and then die 5 seconds later.
I mean, you can't help it sometimes. Nonetheless, he does get the BKB. So if you can shell surge this Ursa in, this is that BKB timing that's pretty good because you eliminate a lot of the control from OG's side. The Invoker spells, the Disruptor spells, the Rubik, even the Tombstone. It's not going to stop this bear. And if you can get a big core kill, either the Invoker or the Morphling, Undying before he drops Tombstone, that's a bit harder. But if you get one of those things going for you, you can take the fight with Global as the follow-up.
Yeah, that was my biggest problem with the way you were talking about Beast Coast Teamfight is that they don't actually have a whole lot to combo off of the vacuum, right? It's like combo into cogs, but I guess if the Ursa is big enough...
Get the cleave.
Yeah, the cleave damage may actually be impactful.
And he is highest net worth. Well, not anymore, but he was for a second.
For one brief shining moment.
All right, I mean... Observers, you ain't got to do me like that. You don't got to do me dirty.
JJ's over there. Wrong.
Excuse me.
Wrong.
Excuse me, sir.
Actually.
There's the big smoke, though. This is a huge smoke for Beast Coast.
Okay.
They find the Undying.
That's a pretty decent catch if they can blow him up right away, but the Force Staff got on the other side of the cogs. Hector is now trying to finish up DM, but he's already inflicted so much damage with a high ground Tombstone, and he's just kiting around K1. He's going to use his entire BKB to try and finish up D1. No way. He just didn't stop. He just kept going and going. He could have walked away.
Oh, there's no running away once that initiation goes that bad. And
I mean, Sacred tried to walk away.
Force Staff is still a pretty damn good item. Just ended Beast Coast game right there. I don't think you're coming back after that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, that sounds harsh to say, but that was really like the one fight where if you get that clean jump on Undying, you get that burst, might be able to win that fight. But the utility is there. The shells have been there the whole time from Taiga. Even in the trees, you're not safe, Schofield. Death number 11. Not lucky.
Oh,
Dark
they caught
Mago.
him on the Static Storm on the zip-in. That is just dirty. That right there is like full confidence. I know exactly what you're going to do. He's going to buy back and go for it. DM
but is he even going to get him?
He's not going to get it. Oh, he's been silenced. He's out of mana too.
Word.
Oh, that's a dieback.
The last word is victory for OG here. I mean, K1, you might be high net worth, but I don't know if you're doing much with it. BKB, I was like, cooldown for 10, actually.
Hit him with the meteor. That was the one. Oh, he hit the clockwork as he jumped in with the hook shot.
Revenge is sweet, and it is a dish served through the meteor hammer.
Serve up another slice with the glimpse back onto Sacred. It'll get the double for Yuragi, Elena Barracks, Beast Coast. I mean, you do still have a tier 2 up on both your other lanes, but like,
I mean, this is a toasted game, man. You are way too far behind, and your lineup just doesn't function from a comeback standpoint because, like you said, there is no big vac combo to make a comeback through the net worth differential. It's just the Ursa jump, and the Ursa jump is no longer good because the kiting mechanisms are there. Maybe if you have Storm BKB, this can go a little better for you, but that buyback is going to kill his momentum there. And man, some of the games in this tournament have been very one-sided dominant. I don't know if it's just outdrafts or just super one-sided outplay in terms of laning and execution, but these games feel a lot faster than they did in the previous Lima Major, for example.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was thinking the fact that, you know, what a difference this group stage could be if it was best of 3s, you know?
That's true.
Because, like, we have had so many series go 1-1. Like, just who knows with a lot of these teams what a Game 3 result would be.
I mean, we'll never know, you know? Is Europe the best region? We can't know because they're
we can't know for
any
sure.
Game 3s. They could be the worst region for all we know.
South America is doing damn fine this tournament, but not so fine in this game.
Hector has a basher. They will smoke on top of him, killing the Forge Spirits.
Okay, is
holy
that
moly
what the
play.
target want to go for? Maybe they can burn him
No
through.
bash.
It's going to be hard. The waveform gets away. A little bit more distance. He turns into the Ursa. He gets a surge. He's running away. Oh, no. He's kiting out the Ursa again and again and again. Brought back into the kinetic field. Oh, man.
The kiting and the stolen spell is just way too powerful for Hector to fight through. Even with that high net worth, it's not enough. And